From Studio 2 in Beausejour Hall at Rowan University, the Rowan Television Network presents RTN Tonight. I'm Anthony DeFino, and here's your host, Taylor Forte.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight? Good to hear. Welcome to RTN Tonight, the show that makes you more uncomfortable than Mel Gibson at a bar mitzvah. I'm Taylor Forte, and we're about to have some fun. After a long battle in court, a man in Florida was finally awarded possession of Charles Manson's corpse. Jason Freeman claims to be the murderer's grandson, a title not many people would brag about. That's almost like bragging that your great-uncle was the guy who told Hitler that he sucked at painting. It didn't do much. Freeman was thrilled to win the case, saying, quote, "We're going to do things as a family with Grandpa." I think now is a good time to announce that Anthony and I have begun our petition to get Vincent Van Gogh's missing ear. How's that going?
It's going to be harder than you thought.
Why?
He's been dead for over a century. I mean, he probably doesn't exist anymore.
Why did nobody tell us that?
Dude, I don't know.
All right, well, we'll get back to that eventually. I don't think we're going to find him.
Focus on Charles Manson.
You're right. You guys remember Blockbuster, right? I don't. If you don't, Netflix did to Blockbuster what Amazon is doing to literally everything else. There are less than 10 Blockbusters left in existence, but that number has recently decreased after the store at the North Pole closed shop on March 11th. This has made Santa Claus very sad, and I'm not joking. An actual resident of the North Pole, whose legal name is Santa Claus, mourned the loss, saying that it's sad that the North Pole Blockbuster is closing. People seem to be more upset about this than they are about the last male white rhino dying, which is insane because it's not like there's a more convenient white rhino lying around. Sorry. Jim Carrey came under fire recently after he called out Sarah Huckabee Sanders and Donald Trump through paintings. Carrey posted the paintings on Twitter, stirring controversy amongst those who get offended by paintings. Isn't it terrifying when Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, has to be the voice of reason? All the controversy led to Kathy Griffin coming to Carrey's defense. Because who better to inject themselves into this situation than the person who pretended to decapitate the President of the United States? Real classy, Kathy. While we're talking about the first family, famed man-child Donald Trump Jr. has been served divorce papers by his wife, Vanessa. Hard to believe that anyone would want to get distant from themselves from those human embodiment of a pencil eraser. A man in Washington has made headlines recently after narrowly surviving an attack by his girlfriend. The man was attacked, and this is true, using a samurai sword while he slept. He said of the attack, quote, "I saw the look in her eyes, and it scared the living poop out of me." He later said, quote, "I was just so proud beating this samurai wannabe crazy lady with hate in her heart." I have no punchline for this story. I just really wanted to make people hear these quotes. They're amazing. Last but certainly not least, of all the problems in the world, Donald Trump has chosen to focus his attention on Joe Biden. Trump responded to Biden's claim that he would beat the hell out of Trump if they were in high school. Trump then took to Twitter to defend his honor, saying that Biden would go down fast and hard, crying all the way, which sounds less like a threat and more like a lost verse from Jingle Bells. Either way, RTN Tonight is nothing if not a show that tries to give its viewers something spectacular. So tonight, we have a special treat. Live from Studio 2, we will be bringing you an exclusive boxing match between Trump and Biden. So stay tuned, and we'll be bringing you all that and much more here on RTN Tonight. Once again, I'm Taylor Forte, that's Anthony DeFino, and we will be right back with Rowan Bitzer, President of the Student Government Association. So stick around. Hello everyone and welcome back to RTN Tonight. We are now joined by Rowan Bitzer, President of the Student Government Association. So come on out, Rowan. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hey.
How's it going? How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm great, thanks.
So as Student Government Association President, tell us a little bit about what it is that you do.
All right, so to start off, I serve as an outlet for all student concerns. So when given those concerns, I then take that over to administration. So I meet with Ollie Hushman every other week, and the weeks that I'm not meeting with Ollie Hushman, I'm meeting with Dean Jones, just so that we can kind of get whatever it is in progress, tackle those concerns, and,
So what is it that you really do?
I have 10 office hours a week, come visit.
Okay.
Suite 116.
Okay, so like you can just go and hang out and be like, Rowan, how's it going?
Yeah, we have shirts.
Oh, free shirts?
Stickers, bags.
Wow. So that's where our money goes.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, can you pick me up one after the show?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
I'll
I appreciate
stop by
it.
for you.
Now, I heard you recently had a trip to China. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right, yeah, so I went to China. I went on a business and culture in China trip with the Rowan College of Business. I am a member of the College of Business.
Cool.
And there was about 7 students and a professor with us, so Dr. Gunner. We ended up going to Beijing and Shanghai. We were there for 8 days, and when we went to board our flight on Tuesday night to go home on the 20th, we're about to board it. They scan our ticket and they go, yeah, your flight's been canceled. So we were stuck in Canada for 4 days.
That's not that bad. They're nice there, right?
Stranded in Canada. So I mean,
I like that. Can we get a
fun.
quote on that? Like, please. We're gonna put that on the screen. Don't worry.
Perfect.
That's set in stone. That's
Was it
amazing.
worth it though?
It was, okay, so you know when you play a video game, and then inside that video game, there's like a mini game where like you don't earn anything from it. Maybe you'll
But
get
you're
some
just there.
coins or something.
Yeah.
And then like you go back to the regular game. That's how I felt.
So it was like an extra credit kind of
Buy
thing.
one, get
there.
one free.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. Well, what'd you guys do in Canada? I mean, you went to China, and now you're here in Canada. You were ready for China, but were you ready for Canada?
Absolutely not. So the temperature in China was like 50, 60.
Yeah, Canada's
then,
not that. That's
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And then downtown Toronto was like 20, 30. So like, you know when you pack for a vacation, you probably already are still only bringing like 2 or 3 pairs of pants, alternating.
Yeah.
Add 4 more days on top of that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Did you have to buy Canada pants, like backup Canada pants?
No, but I bought socks that have Canadian leaves on them.
Then the trip was worth it.
That's what I'm
Have
saying.
you seen their money? Their money is like the coolest thing ever. Like
Yeah.
their dollar bills are like see-through.
With astronauts on them.
Just they have astronauts and queens and stuff. And like, what do we have? Like an eagle? Like, I guess that's okay. Like whatever.
It's just green.
Yeah, it's green, but they're just so cool. But back to the SGA stuff, because like that's what we probably should be talking about. What are some of your like favorite experiences like working with students and doing the events that you guys do?
I think some of my favorite experiences as SGA president, I would definitely say like the wing eating competition was really
The
fun.
wing eating competition. Oh, I heard you came in 3rd place actually for that.
I did, little messy, but I mean,
Yeah. There were some pictures online. You really went in on the wings.
Yeah, third place.
Good job.
not my best, not my worst. But that was probably one of my favorite like experiences. We also got to go to the University of North Florida over the summer, so we got to have a retreat just for like other schools and get to kind of see what their SGA is like as well as ours.
It sounds like you go on a lot of vacations. It's like the SGA president just like, yeah, you do some stuff and then you go on vacation for 4 weeks. Is it kind of like the Donald Trump presidency where you're just gone most of the time? Or
What was the process of getting to president like?
Okay, so I remember like at freshman orientation, I remember saying like, I want to be SGA president. So the process was so competitive, especially being a sophomore and running for the role because typically it's filled by a senior. So I went against somebody who was like one of my orientation staff leaders, somebody who was already on the executive board the year before, and to me that's like competition. But
Did they
I
hold that against you though? Was there some like real heated competition because you guys knew each other?
No, but it was like,
Okay.
you
You
know,
guys are still friends
see what
after?
happens. Yeah,
All
of
right,
course.
cool.
And then in terms of campaigning, I'm a marketing and management major, so I was like, all right, Lauren, let's put this marketing to the test. So I did a lot of like social media marketing. So we all know like Drake and Kanye.
Yeah.
So I took like Drake's album where it's like, if you're reading this, like it's too late. I changed it to like, if you're reading this, vote for Lauren. You know, the
That
same
is
like
so smart.
Yeah, and like 1-800
Wow.
like Hotline Bling, 1-800 vote for Lauren, like for
I guess it
Pablo.
worked because you're SGA president.
And I won.
More
so,
power to you.
Exactly. Yes. Thank
seriously.
you.
That's great.
Do you have any tips like for us? Because like I feel like we would be a great running pair, me and Anthony.
We need to accomplish something. We haven't really. I
You
feel
mean
like
this
I
is an
haven't. I
accomplishment?
mean, well, yeah, of course it is. But you know, I mean,
This isn't enough for you. I see. You have visions of grandeur. We should run against each other. Who would you support between me and Anthony?
I'm Switzerland on this one.
You can't.
I
Oh,
stay,
what a
no, I stay
cop-out.
neutral.
What
no,
a
no.
cop out. But like during elections and stuff, like does it get heated between competitors, like who you're running against? Is it like real politics where you guys are like mudslinging campaigns and like all this other stuff?
Oh, absolutely. And there's an opportunity where you can fill out a grievance. So if you feel that I like wrongfully did something or violated a bylaw or anything of that nature,
If you're not playing fair, you can
people are
file
out
one.
to get you. And that's for all the positions across the board. Yeah. So
whoever she doesn't support in our campaign.
No, I'm airing a grievance. You bet.
Yeah,
You
and,
bet.
and SGA is like a fishbowl to begin with. So then put elections on top of that when like, say your
crazy.
friend's running against me, you're gonna watch everything I do.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So
That sounds like it's like real politics.
Yeah.
Like you should just run for president at this point. I mean, you're gonna be famous after this show, so
yeah,
right?
hopefully.
That's
Next
the
Tina
next
Fey.
step. That's right. Actually, we talked about this. You want to be the next Tina Fey. So how do you go from being the president of SGA to Tina Fey?
I don't know.
It's a natural transition.
No, I always say, like, I want to be the next Tina Fey, first Lauren Bitzer. I love comedy. I want to be on Saturday Night Live eventually, like at some point in life.
You'll get there. This is a stepping stone, right?
Yeah, college first.
I think she's using us to like just get to SNL.
I mean, anyone who comes on RTN Tonight has automatically become so well known after.
That is true.
With all the people that watch the show, it's just it's like Johnny Carson.
Skyrocket.
People would just skyrocket.
At least dozens of viewers, at least. So you're going to be famous after that.
All 12.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing a little interview with us. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And when we come back, we're going to be playing a special game which some of you guys from the early seasons might remember, where we listen to some music and try to guess some words. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to RTN Tonight. Once again, we are joined by Lauren of the Student Government Association, and we're going to play one of our favorite games, Babble. The rules of the game are simple. Lauren and I will take turns wearing headphones, playing loud music while trying to figure out what the other person is saying. Lauren, you're our guest, so put on the headphones. Go ahead. Best of luck. Ready? She can't even hear me. Technical jazz.
Stretch bandages.
Technical jazz.
Technical jazz.
I mean, darn
Nice.
it, darn it. All right, give me that. I don't think you would get that.
Nice.
What is a stretch bandage?
I don't know.
I kind of want to know. All right, go ahead and take a card.
Colorful shampoo.
I love Chumbo.
Colorful
July 4th.
shampoo.
Shampoo. Gelatin shampoo.
Colorful.
I love shampoo.
Colorful.
I love shampoo.
Colorful shampoo.
Dodgeball.
Oh, look at
Colorful.
Colored food.
Colored.
Full.
Shampoo.
Colorful shampoo.
Amazing.
That is loud. Boy, do I love
Sing along so bad.
Chumbawamba, man. Legendary. Okay. All right,
I am
next
cringing.
up. Wow, that is so loud. Okay. Ew, I don't like this one at all. Presidential tongue. Presidential tongue. Presidential tongue.
Tongue.
Yes, but presidential.
Presidential.
Presidential
Presidential
tongue.
tongue.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, no,
Ew.
me neither.
Yikes, that's creepy.
No.
Okay, do one more. Do
Oh,
one more.
give me another one.
Okay. I don't want to listen to Chumbawamba yet. Smelly smells. Smelly smells? Like Anthony. Smelly smells. Smelly.
Waving, smelling.
Smelly.
Smells.
Smells.
Sense. Smells.
Smelly smells.
Smelling,
Smelly smells. Yeah.
Smelling,
You got
okay.
it. Okay, you take off the headphones. You're hijacking Chumbawamba, please. All right, my turn.
Lollygag.
What?
Lollygag.
Clinton.
Lollygag.
Colleen.
Lolly.
Collie.
Lolly.
Letty.
Lolly.
Letty. Anthony, help me.
Lolly. Gag.
Dude.
Lollygag.
Lollygag.
Yes! Woo!
Hey,
I'm
Dude.
winning,
dude,
right?
why?
Well, I couldn't hear. When you can't hear something, you take off the headphones.
Point of
Duh.
the game.
You're not even playing. I don't even know why you're here. Go home. No, I'm kidding. Stay here. We need you. Sorry. Absurd cats.
Taxes.
Absurd cats. They're not just normal cats. They're absurd. Absurd cats. Meow.
Mouses.
No. What's a mouse? Mouse? No. Absurd cats. Like meow. Claws?
Architecture. Pause.
Take the headphones off.
What the hell is it?
Not even close. You're not even trying.
Give me another one.
If you don't get this one, I win.
It's getting very heated.
I know.
Our games usually don't get this intense.
Optimus Prime.
Apple juice.
Optimus Prime.
Apple
Optimus
robot.
Prime. Optimus
Applesauce
Prime.
robot.
Optimus Prime.
Robot.
Yeah, but no, not really. Optimus Prime. Ew. What? Wet naps. Wet naps. They had them on the
Wednesday.
No, Wednesday. Wet naps. Wet naps. Like wash your wet naps.
Lather, rinse, and repeat.
No. Wet naps.
Wet palms.
Okay. Give me the headphones.
What was it?
It was a weird one. It was a weird one. No.
Yeah, no.
Not even close. How am I supposed to act that out? Wet naps? So who won? Who do you think won, Anthony?
I mean,
it was a really intense
so
game.
it was very intense. No, I got to give it to
so
Lauren
bad.
because you did cheat, as I pointed out.
No.
You lifted up the headphone.
Did you see me lift up my headphone?
I gave you the answer, yeah.
So Lauren is the winner. So see,
Why do I always
I
lose?
did do something in
That's
this
it.
game. There.
You know what? I don't need you guys anyway. I'm gonna make a new RTN Tonight. And we'll be right back with that new RTN Tonight after this commercial break. Thank you so much for coming. Just kidding. Psych. We'll be right back after the break.
Hello and welcome to Last Week This Week. The best things is they try to slice bread long ways instead. I'm Alex de Blasio.
And I'm live from New York. It's Saturday night! Oh, no, we're not. I'm Tom Finelli. I guess I have some news for you.
A 59-year-old Argentinian man legally changed his name and gender on his taxes in order to identify as a woman and retire 5 years earlier. In Argentina, the law states that a woman can retire at age 60, but a man has to wait until he's 65. Ironically, women in the U.S. are also attempting to change their genders, but not to retire early, just so they can finally make equal wage.
A judge in California recently ruled that Starbucks and other coffee sellers must provide a cancer warning on their products. The government is concerned about the protection of its citizens when it comes to potentially hazardous drinks. Except, of course, for the people in Flint, Michigan, who have gone without clean water for 4 years. Priorities.
A California farmer was arrested after someone found hundreds of dead cows stacked up to 10 feet high on his ranch. Raymond Frank Christie was arrested for animal cruelty charges and placed on a $25,000 bail. It's unknown how long his sentence is going to be, but Michael Bay already picked up the script for his revenge thriller, Back at the Barnyard 2, Utter Catastrophe, co-starring Optimus Prime, voiced by Amy Schumer.
A political powerhouse is building at the University of Michigan. President Trump better watch out because Reggie B is a young up-and-comer who's making waves with the people. The Corgi, who is running for student government president, has been lobbying for supporters, trading scratches for votes. If Reggie pulls out the victory, it'll be an important first step to a change in 2020, as long as he doesn't get caught in any crazy allegations during that time. Luckily, there's now a precedent for presidential candidates involved with urine controversies, so Reggie won't have to worry about that.
Now we go live to Keith Cook, who's definitely not a homeless guy that we found on the streets and asked him to come in to read some news.
Right, Keith?
I'll agree as long as you pay me. On April 5th, the Public Relations Society of America celebrated the 25th annual Organ Donor Day. The day encouraged students to sign up to be organ donors, prompting the school to release a statement that, no matter the stress of college, you cannot donate all of your organs simultaneously while you are alive. Also on April 5th, Dr. Mickey Smith presented a research talk entitled The Politics of Film in Nazi Germany. For those of you who were unable to attend the event, it can be summarized by saying that everything about politics in Nazi Germany was bad. Everything. True Colors and the LGBTQIA+ Center recently held a transgender clothing drive. Unlike what the name suggests, this event was not intended for donating pants with a gender identity that does not correspond to their birth sex, prompting all of us here at Last Week This Week to formally request, please, name your events better. Back to you guys. Also, when do I get paid?
Soon enough. Thanks, Keith. A modeling agent in Mexico attempted to organize a male beauty pageant to search for Mr. Tabasco 2017 in hopes of finding a red-hot hunk. At the conclusion of the search, only 6 hopefuls entered the pageant. The contest was soon canceled as the 6 men were deemed too ugly for the competition to continue. It's rumored that those men went on to join the cast of RTN Tonight.
Arkansas is at it again. After an 18-month investigation, an astonishing 120 people were arrested for taking part in an illegal cockfighting ring. Shockingly, this is only the 10th dumbest thing Arkansas has done this week, but now it's the 11th. Sheriff Robert Gentry said that they have footage of the chickens fighting with several other dead birds in the pit. Foul play is suspected. That's a joke on the chickens.
A popular site just closed their personal ads section in response to a sex trafficking bill that was passed Wednesday. Craigslist has deleted many of their search categories, including miscellaneous romance, strictly platonic, I'm not the president so don't ask if I am, and casual encounters. Now, when people are looking for a quick hookup, they'll be forced to check literally any other website in existence.
A Romanian court has ruled that a 63-year-old man is dead, despite the man walking into the court and telling them he is actually alive. Constantin Relu had last been in Romania in 1999 before cutting off all contact with his family. After years of silence, his estranged wife obtained a death certificate for her husband. Relu was too late in his appeal and has thus lost the case, leaving him officially dead. It seems now that Relu has no choice but to join all the other dead souls and get a job in the United States government.
This has been another broadcast of Last Week This Week, starring me, Tom Finelli.
And I'm Alex de Blasio. Be smarter out there.
That is my catchphrase.
No, it's not.
I want to thank Rowan from SGA for coming to hang out with us tonight. Now, as promised, we have a special treat for you all. In one corner, standing at 6'3", weighing an amount that keeps him 1 pound from being classified as obese, he's the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Trump? In the other corner, we don't know his measurements because we don't pay much attention to the Vice President. No cliches, he'll amaze, and he doesn't hate the gays. He's former VP Joe Biden! These guys are in truest form tonight.
What a fight it's gonna be.
Let's see what they have to offer. Touch gloves and start this fight. Oh, going with a quick left hook. Oh my
Who do you think's gonna take it?
They're going all out on this one. I really don't know. I'm not sure. It's a real intense fight, people. It's a real intense fight. Oh my God, it's Hillary Clinton! It's Hillary Clinton, everybody!
How did no one see Hillary Rodham from under the desk?
Hillary takes the championship! And a surprise appearance! Oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like it before.
What?
This is unprecedented.
How did she get under the desk?
I don't know. Did you put her there? No. Congratulations to the Democrats, Joe. Great job tonight. Great fight. Great fight. Appreciate you. I hope to see you in the next presidential election. That's all we got for you tonight, folks. And be sure, vote for whoever you want, because I don't care. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for tuning out.